you want to do it?
Giggling. She's laughing at all his jokes. Look, I'm trying to tell you, we can't. I'm not letting you go until you kiss me and tell me you love me.
So I keep swiping left until I found somebody attractive, just like anybody else would using the app, right? She looked good in her pictures, but does she look good like in real life motion? Boom, the front door opens.
Where you at, Berto?
This story begins back in 8th grade going into summer. For me, it's what some men would call the rite to passage. The summer I became a man. And for the woman who was responsible for giving me my manhood, let's just call her Mariana. Mariana was beautiful, dog. I'm talking top 3 in the whole entire school, my nigga. Thick in all the right places. If you know, you know. She was technically 1 grade ahead of me, so when I was in 6th grade, she was in 7th. And when I got to 7th grade, she was in 8th. And I'm only saying this to say, because I gotta put this in perspective for you. My chances with her was absolutely 0, my nigga. Especially when you stack on the fact that she was dating my best friend / rival at the time, Devontae. Now, of course, Devontae is not his real name, but it might sound familiar to you because this is the same Devontae from the story I told about me having a kissing competition back in middle school. I told that story like a few months ago, and my boy Devontae the One is the one that voice acted that character. I just called him Devontae for the sake of simplicity. So of course, if you want to check that out, I'll leave the link in the description and probably put something up here somewhere for you to go watch it. But a quick recap on this nigga Devontae. This nigga had all the hoes on lock, bro. Straight up. The nigga was 6'3" in middle school, the best player on the basketball team. And don't let me forget to tell you, the nigga was light skinned. And I'm not just talking about any type of light skin. I'm talking about being light skinned in the prime Drake era. I'm talking about when Drake's Best I Ever Had first dropped, bro. And had all the Tumblr hoes literally praying to Jesus Christ himself to get a light skinned nigga. Some of y'all niggas might be too young to remember, but Drake, he was definitely the start of the light skin era. That's a fact. My man single-handedly had all of us dark skinned boys down bad, bro. If you wasn't walking around looking like this 24/7, oh, you can't forget the... You wouldn't even have a chance with a bitch, bro. Your Riz had to be like level 3000 to even have a girl look at you, bro. Let me stop stroking this nigga. But point is, Devontae got hoes. And more importantly, his main girl was Mariana. Yeah, a 6th grader dating an 8th grader. The man was unstoppable. Now you're probably thinking, where do I come into the picture with all this? I don't, nigga. I was never in the picture. I didn't stand a chance with Mariana. One, as I said before, Devontae, my homeboy, was literally dating her. So just off of that alone, she technically was completely off limits. But what was going on, I was talking to Mariana's best friend, Chloe. Okay, let me actually rephrase that. I was trying to talk to Mariana's best friend, Chloe, but she was friend zoning the fuck out of me. We text every day, all day, but I never actually had a chance of getting with her, just keeping it a stack. She would just talk my ear off all day about like girl drama that I really gave no fucks about, but I listened anyway. Because a wise man once told me, if a girl lets you into the friend zone, you still have a shot at making it to the end zone. Remember that. Let that sink in, bro. For all my brothers out there that got y'all little girlfriends talking about,
Oh, he's just my guy best friend.
that nigga's just waiting for a shot. And when he gets it, he gon' shoot. So one day I'm just chilling, I'm texting Chloe, and she hits me back with can I ask you for some advice? I'm like, sure, why not? Tell me why this bitch asked me if Devontae has ever said anything about her to me. Clearly I wasn't doing a good job of making my way out of the friend zone, because a question like that might have just got me banished to the brother zone. Now I'm gonna just tell you right now, if you get sent to the brother zone, brother, you might as well give up, bro. The friend zone and brother zone are not the same. If you get sent to the brother zone, you might as well just pack up your bags and get the fuck up out of here. So I just shut that shit down real quick. I'm like, yo, Chloe, you know Devontae's in a relationship with your best friend, Mariana, right? Why would you even ask me something like that? What the fuck? Long story short, she pretty much told me she always had a crush on him. Go fucking figure. None of this even really matters to tell you exactly what she said to me. You'll understand a little bit later why you needed to know this information. But I'm fucking pissed because I like Chloe. And of course, she likes my rival best friend. So fast forward a little bit, and I don't know what possessed me to think that this was a good idea, but I went and brought this information to Devontae. Yo, bro, did you know Chloe has like a little crush on you? Oh, so you just now finding out about that, huh? Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Listen, bro, I wasn't gonna tell you because I know you were still trying to shoot your shot with her and everything, but I've been texting Chloe for some weeks now. What type of slimy ass shit is that? You literally have a whole girlfriend who, let me remind you, is best friends with Chloe. And I'm supposed to be this nigga's best friend who's trying to get with Chloe. What the fuck? Chill, dude. I'm not even gonna do anything. Well, you know, I might keep her on the side, cause, you know, I always gotta keep a couple hoes in check. But don't take it personal, man. It's just part of the game, player. Now, even though I was pissed off about this, because at the same time, I felt like I could only be mad at myself. Cause time and time again, Devontae's only shown me his true colors. He doesn't give a fuck about me. He only cares about himself. And I don't know why, but at the time, I just didn't feel like I was supposed to cut him off. That friendship was probably literally one of the most toxic friendships I've ever had, even to this day. And I am like significantly older than I was back then. Why the fuck did I say significantly like that? Like I'm fucking 80 or some shit. But that's besides the point. I just let it happen, bro. I just stopped talking to Chloe. I cut her off. And I honestly still have no idea if at that time he was doing anything with her or not. But I just took it as a it is what it is type of situation. So fast forward to the end of 8th grade year. Believe it or not, me, Devontae, Mariana, and a couple of NPC friends that have no relevance to the story, we got really close. We started hanging out almost every day after school, just doing whatever kids do after school. And naturally, that brought me and Mariana closer together. But as friends, genuine friends. She was a good girl, smart, beautiful, as I've already mentioned, and just genuinely cool as fuck, bro. I'm talking about she watched anime, she played sports, like, she was one of the bros for real. She even gave a young nigga some advice as I was trying to navigate through my own shit, because like I said, she was a little bit older than us, so she had shit to offer. But as me and Mariana got closer, time went on, and her and Devontae would start arguing. Left and right, arguments every fucking day, bro. Which ultimately left Mariana with the craziest trust issues. Like, crazy trust issues, bruh. I'm talking about she used to hit me up with a long list of federal agent level questions to ask this nigga, bruh. And don't let me forget to tell you, I called this nigga with her on the other line, but she was muted. So everything this nigga was telling me in confidence, she was hearing that shit. Call it what you want, bro. You might be thinking I'm fake as fuck for that. But Devontae was an asshole, my nigga. I didn't give a shit at this point. I genuinely liked Mariana way more than I did Devontae. That's where my loyalty lied. So that was going on for a while, but boom, summer finally hits. We're all out of school, and because of how close me and Mariana were inside of school, when we got out, we started hanging out outside of school too. Now I know what you're thinking. Wyatt, you're just crossing all the bro code boundaries. But listen, my nigga, it wasn't even like that. You gotta understand, at this point, me and Devontae are like still friends, but he kind of feels like the ops for real. But even with that being said, let me keep it a stack. I was so far in the friend zone with Mariana, it's not even funny. Bro, when we would hang out, the only thing she would talk about is Devontae this, Devontae that, Devontae this, Devontae that. Me and her were not like that. I was a friend, bro. I literally became the middleman of their relationship. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's on some personal advice shit. Don't become the middleman in nobody's relationship. All that gossiping and talking, it's really some sucker shit. And I'm telling you this from experience. So boom, a few weeks later, Mariana calls me in the middle of the night. It's gotta be like 1 a.m. And she's just crying. And I'm talking about bawling, nigga, like. Back then, FaceTime didn't exist, but I'm sure she was like, real bad, my dude, like real bad she was crying. So I'm just like, yo, Mariana, what's going on? Is everything okay? I just got home from a date with Devontae and we were at the movies, and when he went to the bathroom, I checked his phone. This asshole's been hooking up with Chloe. Say what? Chloe? Like your best friend Chloe? The Chloe that I wanted to get with? The Chloe that he told me he wasn't gonna do nothing with? Now granted, Devontae did say he was gonna keep her for a side hoe. But he still had a girlfriend. Nigga, you didn't even lose your star player and you're already going to the bench for backup. Player gonna keep it player, bro. Now at this point, I can honestly say I wasn't even mad, bro. I was really more disappointed. Because again, All this nigga has done is show me time and time and time again that he does not give a shit about me or his girl's feelings, nobody's feelings. He only cares about Devontae. And you know what? I'm tired of giving a fuck about his feelings. If he doesn't give a fuck about my feelings, why should I give a shit about his? Now it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I got Mariana on my phone crying talking about this nigga. Man, fuck that. She's a good girl and she look good, my nigga. She look good. I'm done playing buddy in this situation. Yo, Mariana, let's go to the mall tomorrow and we could talk about this then. Just a friendly reminder. I just got out of middle school, my nigga. I'm broke. I don't got no car. Yes, I was hanging out with bitches at the mall. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what y'all niggas do in middle school these days, but this was 100% the link spot back in my day. So the next day comes around and I'm here with Mariana and bruh, I'm trying to tell y'all, she looked depressed, dude. Like I could just tell she got zero sleep from the night before. And I genuinely felt bad as fuck. As the day went on, I'm doing anything in my power to make her feel better. I bought her some cinnamon pretzel sticks and we went window shopping. I was having her like try on clothes and I would just tell her how beautiful she looked in every outfit she put on. I ain't have no money, so I damn sure wasn't gonna buy nothing. But that's the next best thing, right? Right? And I think that by the end of the day, she actually was feeling a lot better. We were even like walking through the mall, like kind of bumping into each other. We weren't holding hands though, but it was like, the best way I can explain it is like this like little cute flirty thing where we would like bump shoulders. I don't know. It's kind of cringe acting it out now. I'm just gonna stop that. But I did feel like that was the first time where we were kind of like entering flirty territory. But again, I don't want to misconstrue anything. She was very clearly still sad about the situation between her and Devontae, especially because she never told him that she found that information in his phone. So she was kind of just holding it. And it's crazy because this is how toxic the relationship was. She was so scared about telling him about finding those messages that she felt like if she told him, he was just not gonna really give a fuck and leave her. And she was prepared to stay with the nigga that was treating her like shit and deal with him lying and cheating instead of confronting him about it. That's how toxic this nigga was back in fucking 8th grade, bruh. I'm trying to tell y'all, Devontae was like the modern day embodiment of Future, bruh. This nigga was fucking hoes and lying to him till they go to sleep. But long story short, me and Mariana got a lot closer that day. And every day after that, things felt a lot different between us, but in a good way. At least for me. She was like sending me heart emojis and shit, and every time we hung out after that, I felt like we were holding back the flirtiness, but we were still flirting. So I just felt something, if that makes sense. The best way I can explain it is everything I think she wanted out of her man, she found it in me. And the truth was, I genuinely cared about Mariana. Definitely way more than he did. And I was attracted to her. So boom, fast forward a little more to the end of middle school summer. Me and Mariana are pretty much linking every weekend at this point. We're talking all day, every day. And her and Devontae even had a couple of breakups, but they were still dealing with each other. Some of y'all might know what I'm talking about, but it is what it is. They were still technically together, I guess. So one Saturday night, I'm chilling at home, probably just doing whatever the fuck I do on Saturday nights at that age. It's probably watching anime or something, right? I get a call from one of my homeboys. His name was Marlon, and he invites me out to a Getty. If you don't know what a Getty is, it's pretty much a small get-together of people. So a small party, essentially, like 5 to 10 people, but typically more like 8 to 10, whatever. I'm typically not the type of person to go to these type of things, but for whatever reason on this night I did, and I said, fuck it. I pulled up to the Getty. And boy, when I tell you, I walked into the room and I locked eyes with Mariana, bruh. I've never known Mariana to be the going out type, but I've never known myself to be the going out type. So I'm not even judging here, but I just did not expect to see her. I had no idea that she was coming to the same function that I was tonight. The crazy thing was, shit was mad awkward, bruh. Like, we didn't even talk for the first 30 to 45 minutes. I swear to God, we did not say a word to each other. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because like we were just so not expecting to see each other there, but we were like not talking at all. Shit was just mad weird, bro. until she started playing beer pong. Now, even to this day, I don't drink. I've never been drunk a day in my life. If you don't believe me, I don't give a shit, but it's just a fact. But Mariana, on the other hand, I've never seen this side of her. I don't know if she's a drinker, but boy, when I tell you she was throwing shot after shot back, bruh, she was drinking. When that lick started to hit, I just seen a whole different side of shorty. Just a quick disclaimer, because I know we were young as shit. I just want y'all to know that all of this is taken down in GTA. Why didn't you say hi to me when you came inside? I could ask you the same thing. Do you not like me or something? What do you mean? Of course I like you, Mariana. You want to go into the backyard? I want to talk to you alone. Yeah, for sure. We get into the backyard and I'm talking about there's nothing but bushes in the backyard. Like, no one could really see us, but there was just bushes everywhere, bro. I'm walking and then I turn my head to look at Mariana and she just starts making out with me, dude. I straight up didn't even have a chance at stopping it. It just happened. Not that I would have. I'm talking about demon time, bro. Hardcore kissing, bro. Like the craziest type of makeout session. It was almost like we've been waiting for this moment to just let it all out. So it was just a lot. It was a lot. At some point, I get to kind of slow things down and I kind of hold her and I'm looking at her and I'm like, Mariana, what about Devontae? Bruh, my nigga, when I tell you she looked at me, bro, and said, what about Devontae? That shit hit. That shit hit. I don't know if it was the lick talking. I don't know if it was the built up emotions over time. Like I said, me and Mariana really had been connecting over the past few months and building up some real chemistry. When Devontae was out acting like he didn't give a shit about her and shutting her out, I was there for her. I was the one. I felt like I was her nigga more than Devontae was. So I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. In that moment, I said, fuck that nigga. I didn't give a shit. We just started kissing again, bro. And one thing led to another and another and another. Do you want to do it? Do what? You know, for real? You want to do this here? Outside? In the bushes? I mean, only if you want to. What do you think I said, nigga? Okay, then. Bro, what would you do in this situation? I'm smashing, bro. So I'm not gonna get down into the nitty gritty of how shit went because I don't want to get demonetized and it really only lasted like 10 seconds, bro. What do you expect? What do you expect? That doesn't mean it didn't happen. It happened. It was just really short. She didn't even ask me if I was a virgin, and I just assumed that she was because she was a little bit older and she knew what she was doing, bro. Like, she initiated everything. She took full control of the situation and I just let it happen and I enjoyed all 10 seconds of it. Damn, that's embarrassing. The fact is, at the time, I was so young, bro, and so stupid. Like, I just didn't care. But I did still just fuck Devontae's girl. Y'all want to know something? I've never actually told this story in its entirety to anybody. Even though I felt justified in what I was doing, I felt guilty. You know what I mean? I was ready to take this story to the grave. Straight up. I lost my virginity to my best friend's girl. And I'm ashamed about it. But at the same time, it happened, bro. I feel like there was nothing more I could have done in this situation. I mean, I guess I could have just said no, but I didn't want to. I don't know if you can relate to that at all, but I didn't want to say no. I wanted to do it. Because this was the same guy that knew I wanted to be with Chloe, and he didn't care. This is the same guy who had a girlfriend and hooked up with his girlfriend's best friend, which is the same girl that I wanted. So why am I sparing this guy's feelings? Devontae didn't care about my feelings. He didn't care about Mariana's feelings. And even though Chloe was like the oddball out in this situation, he didn't care about Chloe's feelings either. I know I'm a good person. I know I tried to do the right thing. And I'm 100% sure that this wasn't the best way to handle this situation. I know that for a fact. I'm not endorsing it. But that's just how shit went down. And I'm not afraid to, I guess, I don't want to say I was ever afraid, but I'm not holding it back anymore. That's what happened, bro. And Devontae, I know I'm not using your real name, but I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you know I'm talking about you. And I can't even say I'm sorry, bro. You were a dick, man. I guess I'm sorry that the situation wasn't handled better. But what's even crazier, after all this, me and Mariana only talked like 1 or 2 more times after that situation. I think we just both genuinely felt so guilty about what happened, and we just completely drifted off, bro. We haven't spoken in years. We haven't spoken since a couple of days after we did the deed. I finally got to high school. I definitely saw her around. We didn't even pretend to smile at each other when walking by each other in the hallways. It was dead. And by the time that she was a senior and I was a junior, it literally felt like we never even existed in each other's lives. It's literally crazy how somebody you get so close to and you build a real genuine relationship with can at some point can just be a nameless NPC just walking past you in high school because they mean nothing to you anymore. It's pretty crazy. There's something about working at jobs that force you to be a social person no matter how antisocial you are. When I work a job, I just want to show up, do what I'm supposed to do, and get the hell home. But because of the nature of most jobs, that's not really the case. You always got to put on a fake smile and pretend to care about what your coworkers are talking about. And just in general, try your best to be a nice guy, even to the most rudest and annoying type of people. And even though that's like really annoying to do, if you're gonna have to show up to this place every single day for almost 8 to 12 hours a day, you might as well play nice. It just makes sense. Because obviously work can be so much more miserable if you're dealing with people you're beefing with every single day. Like, nobody wants to put up with that shit. Trust me, I've got a lot of those stories too. But that's not what today's story is about. Let me introduce you to my boy Kevin. I met Kevin back in the day when I was working at Olive Garden. Not one of my proudest moments, but y'all know how it goes. Sometimes you gotta go through it to get through it, am I right? When I tell you I learned so many life lessons when working at Olive Garden, bruh, them shit stuck with me forever, and this story is one of them. Kevin was actually one of the coolest niggas I ever met, straight up. Like, he was always in a good mood. He never complained about doing any part of his job. The nigga would wash plates, clean bathrooms, and I'm talking about the nastiest bathrooms. He didn't give a fuck. He was just always positive about everything he did, bro. My dog Kevin would take orders from the meanest and most annoying managers and like never bat an eye. Like, nothing could faze, bro. It was almost as if there wasn't a task at hand that could ever annoy him. Meanwhile, me on the other hand, let's just keep it a stack. I hated coming into work every day, bro. Like, I almost got fired one time because a customer was complaining that I wasn't smiling enough. Like, fuck you. My bad I wasn't grinning ear to ear because you decided to tell me some shit that I didn't even ask for, talking about
How proud you were of your daughter graduating college because she used to work at Olive Garden just like me.
like, lady, what? All I asked you was if you want more cheese on your pasta. Where did this come from? I just don't understand people. But anyway, my nigga Kevin was the opposite of me. It seemed like he liked everyone. Nobody could faze him, but there was a catch. Kevin was quite literally an idiot. And before you guys come for me, I literally mean this in the nicest way possible, but my dog Kevin was dumb as shit. I know this sounds bad, but no exaggeration. He reminded me of Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy. If you know, you know. Like, he was the type of person people took advantage of, you know what I'm saying? He was such a genuine, kind-hearted soul, but he was not all the way there. Thinking before he acted was just not one of his attributes. Now, why am I telling you this information? Because even though you should try to be nice to everyone, me back then, I had a problem with being too nice to people. I didn't want to like let people down. And the reality is, sometimes in life, you just gotta learn how to say no. So when you mix an overly nice nigga like me with someone like Kevin, who's never really aware of what the hell is going on, I felt like I ended up being taken advantage of by Kevin. Because Kevin was the type of person where he could ask you for like $20, which is cool, right? But Kevin didn't have a car. So when Kevin asked me for $20, I had to drive to Kevin's house to drop him off $20. Do y'all see what I'm talking about now? Do you not understand how inconvenient that is? And it only takes a certain type of person that's completely clueless to think that it's appropriate to ask someone for $20 and then have it Ubered to their house. Like, what? But again, he didn't see the problem with these type of scenarios. That's just the type of person Kevin was. He was nice, genuine, but he was stupid. He didn't mean any harm, even though harm would be done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like the type of person where like your intention makes a big difference for me. Like if you fuck me over, that's one thing. It's fuck you for life. But if you were to like screw me over, but I could tell that it was unintentional and you didn't mean to screw me over, now that changes everything for me. You know, I feel like I take that a lot differently. But because of this, unfortunately for me, these type of like stupid favors would constantly happen over and over and over again between me and Kevin because I didn't know how to say no, and this nigga was just too dumb to realize that he was inconveniencing me every single time. Like there was this other time Kevin had like a physical check and he told me he needed to cash it, so we needed a ride to the bank. So it just so happened that he called me right when I was getting ready to go to the gym. So I was already on my way out of the house, right? And Kevin was probably like a 15-minute detour from my house. But since I was already in the car, I was like,
Ah, fuck it, Kevin. I got you, bro. I got you.
so I pull up to his house, right? Kevin gets in the car. And I'm like, all right, bro, where are we going? Where's the closest bank to your house? Who do you bank with? Yo, tell me why this nigga banks with the most no-name bank known to fucking man, bro. Shit was named some bullshit like National Treasury Treasures Bank or some bullshit like that. Some bank you've never heard of in your entire life, my nigga. And because this bank was such a non-mainstream bank, bro, the closest one to his house was like 30 minutes away in the opposite direction, bruh. So what I thought was about to be a 15-minute detour to his house and hopefully like a 5-minute drive to, you know, a normal bank like Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, the banks that are on every corner of everybody's street, now turned into a goddamn 2-hour mission into some random direction to cash out his check. Not my check, his check. This shit was a 2-hour detour, bro. And I just wanted to go to the fucking gym. All this for something that didn't benefit me in any way, shape, or form. And to top it off, I drive a fucking Tesla. So Kevin didn't even offer me no gas money, bro. Because why would he? This is the type of shit I had to deal with Kevin almost every other day. Like, just random bullshit. And that's why I say, it's like I love him, but my dog's an idiot. Calling a spade a spade. It's like his brain is incapable of providing more context to a situation other than, you know, the initial genuine favor that he asked of me. But at the end of the day, I gotta take some blame too, right? I'm just too fucking nice. Kevin was the walking definition of give him an inch, he gonna take a mile, boy. He gonna take that fucking mile. But outside of all that annoying shit, like I said, Kevin was a really cool dude. I rocked with bro. So fast forward into the Olive Garden work life, we finally get a new coworker and her name was Larissa. Now let me say this shit off rip, my nigga. Larissa was bad as fuck, bro. Larissa was... She was tough, my nigga. She was so bad, it was almost like confusing. I was like, why is a woman of her stature working at Olive Garden? Like, this girl needs to start an OF page expeditiously. I guarantee she'd be making more money than Ruby Rose on that hoe, and that's a fact. I personally wouldn't be subscribing, but trust me, I know a lot of down bad niggas that would be signing them checks right to her page, bruh. I'm just talking shit, but seriously, guys, my fellow brothers out there, stop subscribing to OF pages, bro. You're better than that. Go be great, king. But anyway, back to the story. Larissa's bad as fuck. Got it. So she's the new girl in town. She looked good. So now she's getting all the male validation from the workers from the store. But see, the thing was, at this point in my life, bro, I done been around the block, man. And I've learned from my many mistakes that looks aren't everything. So unlike most of the other guys in there, I just didn't really care. I wasn't that interested in Larissa. What I'm trying to say is I wasn't so quick to just jump on the Larissa bandwagon. If I'm being honest, I wasn't even thinking about her, like, wasn't even tripping on that. I was good. I hated going to work every day. The only thing on my mind was blowing up on YouTube. I just want to go to work, get my shit done, go home, and work on my videos. That's it. That's the only shit that was on my mind at that time. Still is, pretty much. So make sure you subscribe. But just like anything else in life,
over time, I started to get to know Larissa a little bit. And as far as I could tell, she was actually cool, bro. Like, she was actually working 2 jobs because she was working on paying her school tuition. Shorty was like studying to be a nurse or some shit. With that in mind, I'm like, okay, sis, get your bag. I love to see that. I love a strong, independent woman that's focused on her shit. Go off, queen. You gotta respect a woman on her hustle. But even with that being said, I was cool off her, bruh. I genuinely was in no rush to take my walls down emotionally and start entertaining like being with another woman. Like I said, bro, I done been around the block. My heart has been broken too many goddamn times. Your boy was trying to stay focused. My heart done turned into goddamn steel, bruh. At this point in my life, it was not easy for me to catch feelings for another person. But time went on. Life was lifing, and I started to notice, like, even on her like little lunch breaks, she would come over to my side of the restaurant just to chop it up with me, you know what I'm saying? So over time, we naturally started to vibe with each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not serious, but you could feel something in the air. We vibing, you know what I'm saying? And eventually, yes, there was a little bit of a chink in my armor, bruh. I was like, shit, yo, maybe I am catching a little bit of feelings for...
Yo, bro. I think I like Larissa. I'm gonna try to talk to her.
Well, there goes that shit. It's just law, bruh. If your homeboy calls dibs on a girl first, you might as well just kind of back off, bro. Because it's just weird as fuck to pursue a woman right after your homeboy's like, yo, I'm trying to get with her. So why would you try to get with her? Especially if it's not that deep to begin with. Like I said, we were vibing, but it's not like she was my girl or anything. It's not like we did anything, so... You got it, my man. So now I'm just right back where I started. I gave up on the little follicle of a thought I had of being with Larissa, and I'm just right back on focusing on me, you know what I'm saying? So boom, a couple more weeks might have passed. At this point, I'm not even thinking about Larissa. And when Kevin said that he was gonna make a move on her, from my POV, honestly, I couldn't really tell. I mean, he would always mention the fact that they would kind of be talking on and off or whatever, but you know how niggas be, man.
Yo, bro, I noticed, like, Larissa, every time she wants to throw some shit away, she walks right by me, dog. Man, I know she's feeling me, bro.
Or maybe you're just always standing at the only trash can in the kitchen when she's trying to throw something away. But okay, you got it, my boy. So one day I'm over by my section, I'm sweeping, I'm doing my thing, right? And Larissa just comes up to me out of nowhere and is like, hey, Wyatt, can I ask you for a favor? Yeah, for sure. What's up? So like, I'll give you the gas money, but I just really need a ride home from work today. I kind of got into a little bit of an accident yesterday and my car's in the shop. But I will be getting a rental tomorrow, so I just really need a ride home today. Right off the back, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, I got you, girl. And even though my mind went there for like half a second, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really entertain the fact that it was anything more than what she asked. No, this wasn't her trying to shoot her shots. This was just a girl asking for a ride home, and she happened to ask one of the niggas that she's cool with at her job. Nothing more, nothing less. That's genuinely how I took it. Until I got a text message from this nigga Kevin saying,
Yo, what did you tell her?
so now I'm kind of confused, like, wait, what? Did Kevin just send her my way? I thought this nigga was trying to shoot his shot. But again, it didn't matter. So I just responded and I told him, I said, yeah, I told her that I'll take her home. But then he responded with,
Handle that, my boy.
wait, okay. This changes things. Did my nigga Kevin just throw me the alley-oop? Cause like I said, y'all, Larissa was bad as fuck. And even though I wasn't entertaining the idea of being with her, if Kevin, who just called dibs, was now like, hey, handle that, you know, that kind of changes the scenario for me a little bit. Like, hold on, it's open season. Maybe this nigga just admitted that it was a failed mission. Cause why else would you tell your homeboy to handle that? I'm about to handle that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cool, I bet I'm handling it. Now I ain't gonna cap to y'all. My energy did a 360, bro. I can't make this shit up. I couldn't wait to get off work and give Larissa a ride home, man. The customers ain't seen a nigga smile this much since they made the 14th Amendment legal, bro. I promise you. Your boy was cheesing. Them niggas got the best customer service they've ever received. And to top it off, before my shift ended, Larissa came up to me and let me know she clocked out already. So for the rest of my shift, I'm just chopping it up and kind of, I don't want to say like overly flirting with Larissa, but you know, we just vibing and talking it up and really just setting the mood for that nice long ride alone home. You know what I'm saying? I was locked in, y'all. I'm feeling like, I don't know what's about to go down, but I feel like this alone time was about to be kind of like the first step into shit going down. You know what I'm saying? It's those car rides, bruh. I promise you, if you've ever been with a woman and got that alone car ride, that's like where the deep conversations start happening, bruh. And that's where it's like, oh, I fuck with you, shorty. And that's probably around the same time she'll be like, ooh, I fuck with this nigga. I promise you, bro. Some of y'all know. Some of y'all have had those car rides, bro. Boom, 8 p.m. finally hits and I'm walking over to the computer to clock out, right? I turn the corner and I lock eyes with Kevin. My dog, what's good?
Yo, my boy.
Hey, good looks on that, bro.
On what?
Larissa?
Oh, yeah. It ain't nothing. I should be thanking you for real.
What do you mean you should be thanking me? I'm confused. And before I could really say anything else, he was like,
Hey, bro. I gotta go use the bathroom.
so I'm like, okay, bet. I brushed it off and just kept pushing, you know what I'm saying? So I walk over to Larissa, right? And now we're walking over to the car and we're just chopping it up or whatever. And right before we get into my vehicle, bro, this nigga comes out of nowhere and is like,
Yo, y'all was just gonna leave without me?
nigga, what are you talking about? In no way, shape, or form did I know this nigga was tagging along for the car ride. And what's even crazier is Larissa was confused too, cause she was like, I didn't even know you were coming with us. So now I'm like all the way fucked up. I'm not understanding what's going on right now. Why did this man send her my way and then insert himself into the ride home? He said to handle it. I thought I was handling it. But in the heat of the moment, I didn't want to make Larissa like feel uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of just go with the flow. So Larissa's about to get into the front passenger seat, right? But then this nigga Kevin's like,
Larissa, you should sit in the back seat with me.
what? Not only did this nigga ambush my alone time with Larissa, after he threw me the lob, by the way, he done turned me into a motherfucking Uber driver for the night, bro. At this point, I feel isolated. I feel dumbfounded. I feel used. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. For the rest of the night, I did not say a motherfucking word. I was literally just sitting there driving, pissed. Cause all I hear in the back seat while I'm driving away is giggling. She's laughing at all his jokes. And you can rest assured, my nigga, every little soundbite of happiness, my fist grew tighter and tighter on that motherfucking wheel, bro. Envy was burning in my chest, my nigga. I ain't never felt hate for another man so much in my life. I swear, bro, I was pissed. Because that was supposed to be me, not him. Me! I really could get into more context in what they were talking about, but the reality is it didn't matter, bro. I didn't give a fuck. At this point, I am just like, what is going on right now? My situation that he lobbed to me just became his situation. And I'm Ubering these niggas home, bruh. What? So we finally get to Larissa's house, right? I drop her off. She says bye, whatever. She closed the door. She leaves. As soon as that door closed, man, I just started tweaking on this nigga, bruh. Kevin, what the hell was that? How you gonna text me handle some shit, then insert yourself into the situation and completely make this a you and her thing? That's not how basketball works, brother. When you throw the alley, I'm supposed to dunk the basketball.
Bro, what are you talking about? She came to me asking for a ride and I told her that you could give her one.
Kevin, if that was the case, why would you text me handle that then?
Oh, because I wanted to make sure you can handle giving me and her a ride home tonight.
That makes no fucking sense.
I guess you're right. My fault, bro. But, you can still give me a ride home tonight?
Life can be really hard as a man growing up because honestly, in my opinion, I think we're actually way more emotional than women are. At least when we're still in the process of maturing as a man. Because when we're going through that phase of maturing, it's really hard for us as men to not feel like the weight of the world isn't on our shoulders. Just think about it for a second. If you were the type of guy that didn't get all the girls, people would probably think you're some type of loser. And if you are getting a lot of women attention, then everyone suddenly thinks you're some type of player. If you're not the most bold and outgoing type of nigga, then you're a little bitch. And if you're the loudest nigga in the room, you might come off as some type of attention seeker or even arrogant. And I can go down this list forever. And obviously, this is like a really immature way to view men, right? But the actual reality is a lot of us deal with this internally, like real bad. Burdened with the feeling of every day trying to be good enough for everybody else. Just wanting to feel appreciated by the people we appreciate. Wanting to feel important. And most of all, just wanting to feel loved. And even though as a young adult, I'm still here figuring this shit out myself, I can confidently tell y'all that it gets a lot better. Life is all about the lessons, man. You gotta take the small wins in the biggest losses. In other words, my nigga, learn from your mistakes. God willing, you're blessed enough to live a long, healthy life. Bro, time is on your side, bro. And you gotta be comfortable taking it. A lot of my stories I tell on this channel have to do with my trials and tribulations with women. And bro, today I can tell y'all I'm the most confident I've ever been with women. But it's only because of those L's, my nigga. If it wasn't for those past L's in relationships, I would still have that young, insecure mindset no matter how old I got. And don't let that go over your head. Experience is everything, my brothers. If you haven't already, make sure you check out this story on my channel. It's pretty much the part 1 to today's story, and it's honestly one of my most underrated videos. But assuming that you guys have already seen it, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick summary just to bring you up to speed of what's going on in today's story. I was dating this girl named Willow back in 9th grade, and believe it or not, this woman was my first real girlfriend. I was head over fucking heels in love with this girl, bro. And if y'all niggas know anything about that first love, man, the puppy love is real. For the most part though, Willow was really good to me. Now back in 9th grade, I didn't really have the freedom or the resources to see Willow that much outside of school. So the only time I'd really get to hang out with her was like bathroom breaks in between classes. So a lot of our relationship was left up to my imagination. Eventually, some kid named David transferred to our school. And eventually they started to become friends, and eventually I started to become an insecure little bitch. If you want to know the exact details of what went down, check that video out. I'll leave a link in the description. But pretty much after forcing my girlfriend away by having insecurities of another man, eventually my girlfriend broke up with me, as she fucking should. And now that we're up to speed, at this point in my life, I was literally broken, my nigga. There's nothing in this world like that first heartbreak, bro. Walking around literally a shell of your old self. Weight so heavy in your chest you could barely fucking breathe. Constantly getting that urge to just reach out and beg for her love and affection. Real shit. I'm keeping it a stack with y'all. I was down so fucking bad. There were so many nights I was sitting on my phone just typing out paragraphs ready to send that shit, trying to do anything, trying to get Willow to come back to me. Luckily, there was something in my soul preventing me from sending those messages. Sometimes. But I was convinced she was the one, man. I would have did anything to get her back. I needed her back. But there was one big problem. The nigga I was insecure about, she ended up dating that nigga. Now some of y'all could argue that I was right and had every reason to be insecure. But as you get older, man, at some point you gotta stop pointing the finger and take some accountability. What she did was wrong, sure. But if I was a confident young nigga not accusing her of cheating left and right with no evidence, trying to control her every move, maybe I wouldn't have lost her to him. Regardless, that's my point of view of having years of reflection. Back in that moment, I didn't quite see things the way I do see them now. So one day, maybe like 2 or 3 months after the breakup, I'm sulking every day. I'm just soaked in my sadness. While I was scrolling on my phone for the first time in a long time, another woman caught my attention. I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw this girl named Kathy. Now the reason why Kathy stood out to me, I'm not really sure. This was a big deal because this was the first girl since the breakup who actually caught my attention. I thought she was cute and she happened to be a couple years older than me. So when I was in 10th grade, she was actually a senior. Something came over me, I shot my shot, I happened to score, and boom, we're vibing. Before I knew it, me and Kathy are texting every day, and she even had her own car, so sometimes she would come scoop me from my house and we were hanging out in person every once in a while. We called it a little vibe. All that sounds great, right? But the biggest issue was I was still so madly in love with Willow. I'm ashamed to admit it, but like every 10 seconds, bro, I'm like checking this girl's Instagram and Twitter, just trying to see if she posted some shit that could halfway relate to me. For example, if she like tweeted some song lyrics that I could have potentially seen in a light that she was talking about me, I would get in my feelings about it. I don't even know if she was subtweeting me to begin with. I was just in my own head of insecurity, making up scenarios in my head, just like, oh, if she tweeted that, it had to be about me. So I had to go out of my way to try and, I don't know, get her attention somehow. And as a result of that, I went so far off the deep end, I started posting Kathy. Let me make this clear. The first time I hung out with Kathy in person, I posted her on my page. Some of y'all might not understand how big of a deal this is. When you start posting a girl on your social media, that's already like some exclusive type of shit. Like some girls don't even get that 2 months into a relationship, bruh. So I was just like flexing this girl because my whole thing was I needed Willow to see that I was doing all right. And before you know it, I ended up in a relationship with Kathy. Now let me give you a little bit more information about this girl. She was everything a nigga could ask for at 16. Willow aside, when I would walk around with Kathy, like all the bros used to give me props like, damn nigga, you got yourself a baddie. Like bro, Kathy was beautiful. She was real smart, and most importantly, her heart, bro, like she was too kind-hearted, like so kind-hearted, man. I remember late nights where I felt like nothing was going my way and I was just down bad venting, and she was just always there for me, you know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what it was, she would always hear me out, she would always give me advice, and she was just like peace. Like I don't know if you guys have someone in your life like that, but I just remember at the time it was like, yo, this girl brings me peace. She was really there for a nigga. She was the type of person where back in high school, every single time I had a basketball game, she would come to every single game. And if that wasn't enough, she would make a new poster with my name on it, my jersey number and everything, every single game. A new one. She's not bringing the same one. She'd make a new one every single game, bruh. Like, she was just technically the perfect girlfriend. And I'm saying all this because I need y'all to understand how fucked up it was that I was dating this girl, bro. Like, I didn't deserve her because the only woman I was thinking about was still Willow. She was literally just my rebound to try and get Willow's attention. To this day, I feel bad about it, man. Like, she didn't deserve that shit, but I'm here to tell y'all the truth, and I'm telling y'all the truth. But the only grace I kind of provided myself, not saying that it's right at all, but I wasn't thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like all this was kind of happening impulsively. And again, I'm not saying it's right. For all you niggas in the comment section ready to talk shit, I know I'm wrong. I'm telling y'all the story, bro. But the only innocence that I can kind of give myself was, I'm not doing this out of a place like, oh, I don't give a fuck about Kathy's feelings. I'm just, I don't know, pimping her out or some shit. Like, it wasn't even a thought. It was just reaction. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing something without thinking, I wasn't stopping and thinking. I was just doing. And yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I guess I just sound like I'm making excuses for, no, I'm not even just sound like I'm making excuses. I literally am making excuses for myself, but it is what it was, bro. I'm telling y'all exactly what it was. I just wanted to prove to Willow that I was good without her. And it got so bad. From Kathy's perspective, I was treating her like a fucking queen. Every last lunch dollar that I saved up, bro, I always spent it on the most expensive dinners that I could afford for me and Kathy. But I would post it. I'd buy her gifts. I'd take her out on zoo dates. Anything I could possibly do, bro, I was doing it for Kathy, bro. But the catch was, I just had to show Kathy off to the max, bro. I had to prove to Willow I was straight. Your boy wasn't tripping about you. I wasn't tripping about no bitch. I wasn't tripping about shit. Well, at least that's what I wanted Willow to think. And poor Kathy was just being strung along for the ride the whole time. Every smile, every joyful moment that we had together that she so clearly held dear to her heart, bro, it was, I guess, really just a game, man. But it didn't feel that way. It didn't feel that way to me either. But the reality was, it was what it was. I do really feel at this point in time, I was just doing shit out of insecurity, bro. I don't know what to call it, but I obviously wasn't thinking about Kathy's feelings. But boom, I remember this shit so fucking vividly because it's crazy. Me and Kathy finally got to the point in our relationship where she wanted to meet my mom. I didn't think much of it. I was like, cool, for sure, let's do it. So it's a Saturday morning, Kathy gets dropped off in my house. We're sitting down at the kitchen table with my mom, and anybody that knows me personally knows my mom can talk her fucking ass off, bro. Like, a conversation with my mom's gonna feel like a goddamn job interview. But mama knows best, bro. Because this is the crazy part. The day goes by or whatever, Kathy finally leaves. I'm sitting there talking to my mom and she's like, oh wow, she's really nice. I like her. I'm like, yeah, me too. Why are you dating her? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's my girlfriend, mom. And then she was like, Wyatt, I know you. I can tell when you're not into something. And you're not into this girl. What's going on? Bro, what the fuck? I know we hate to admit it, bro, but our parents know us. They're not dumb, nigga. They know what the fuck is going on. Because what was even crazier about this moment is I didn't even realize what was going on until my mom pointed it out. Just with one conversation with Kathy and me for the first time, my nigga, my mom was able to observe some shit like that. Whatever it was, she could just tell my heart wasn't in this. Granted, I did not give my mom the benefit of the doubt in that situation. I brushed it off and I was like, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about. Me and Kathy are good. Like, chill. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But the reality was, after that night, I noticed that shit, bro. Like, every single moment that I spent with Kathy after that, it wasn't the same. Nothing was the same. When Kathy would tell me about her day, I'd get super annoyed. When she'd ask me to hang out, I get annoyed because I really didn't want to hang out with her. And worst of all, when she wanted to like get intimate with me, I would literally feel like repulsed by the idea of like kissing her and shit. It was crazy, bro. And after maybe like 2-3 weeks max, bro, one day I just woke up like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I in this relationship? Nothing about this felt right. But there was something else I realized. I wasn't thinking about Willow anymore. Over the past 3 weeks, all I could think about was me and Kathy's relationship. But I wasn't thinking about Willow. And suddenly, like, this huge weight came off of my shoulders. I felt my confidence coming back. And everything was starting to just seem clear again. I finally just got over this girl who I thought I was in love with, but she was really just the first girl to ever break my heart. But now I have a bigger issue. I need to break up with Kathy. It didn't matter how bad this shit was about to hurt her feelings, but I had to do it. I owed it to her. I couldn't go another day wasting her time in this relationship because I put her through this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up because I just wasn't all the way in it, bro. And when I finally had the time to think about that shit, I was like, I can't keep doing this to her. I don't want to keep doing this to myself. I don't want to keep like faking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like before I was faking it, I guess not really thinking about it. But now that like it was clear, I was like, bro, I'm not going to keep putting her through this shit. Like, it's not fair to her. And even though I was in the wrong, it wasn't fair to me either. I'm done acting like a little bitch. It's time to stand on business. Now, even though this wasn't gonna be an easy task no matter what did make it even worse, I'm not gonna lie, the next time I was supposed to see Kathy was the same day that we had a dinner planned. And I wasn't about to just break up with her over text or like over the phone because that's just weak as fuck, especially everything I put her through. Cause remember, from her perspective, this shit's coming out of nowhere. So it's like, at the very least, I had to man up and do it face to face. But there wasn't really like a time gap for me to like figure that shit out. Like I came to this realization, I had dinner with her parents that night. So it is what it is. So boom, 8 p.m. comes, we're sitting at the dinner table, we're chopping it up. I'm eating dinner with her family, we're laughing, you know, regular dinner shit, whatever. Everything goes smooth for the most part. Dinner's finally over. Her parents go upstairs. It's just me and Kathy in the living room. We're sitting on the couch, but it's quiet, bro. And every second that went by, the silence was getting louder and louder. Babe, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Why do I feel like something's off? You're never like this. There's something I think we should talk about. What's going on? Did something happen? Yeah, something did happen. And I'm really sorry for what I'm about to tell you. What? What are you talking about? Listen, before you say anything else, just please hear me out. We need to break up. What the hell are you talking about? Why? I wish none of this went down the way it did. I really didn't mean for any of this to happen, but the reality was I wasn't ready for this relationship. The truth is, for most of our relationship, I haven't gotten over my ex. And I guess there was a part of me that always knew this, but somehow my emotions got mixed up and confusing that I wanted to do this with you. But the reality is, I think I just got into this relationship to distract me from my true feelings. Now, this is where shit kind of went real crazy, because after I said that shit, it was almost as if everything I said went in one ear and out the other. Cause no funny shit, Kathy's face was blank and she was like, I know you love me. It's okay. We don't need to break up. Wait a minute. What? I said it's okay. I love you and I know you love me. Just come here and let's kiss and everything will be okay. So now I'm like hella confused because not only did she not seem to process anything that I just confessed to, it almost seems like she wasn't even upset. She just wanted to kiss and make up. But the problem was I couldn't allow that to happen, you know what I'm saying? After everything I put Kathy through, I was not about to fake it again for her or myself. I couldn't do this any longer. Like, we had to break up. I needed to be single and I needed to focus on myself. Kathy, I don't think you understand. I'm sorry, but we can't be together anymore. Baby, you don't know what you're talking about. None of that matters. We've been happy together. We should just stay happy together. Please, babe. Look, I'm trying to tell you, we can't. I can't be with you anymore. Like, I care about you, I really do, but I've got to focus on me. I love you. No, please. Don't leave me. Yo, this girl started fucking crying her eyes out, dude. I love you, Berto. Please. I'll do anything. Just please don't leave me. What the fuck? I don't know what to do. Like, I knew what had to be done, but I've never seen Kathy like this before. She's always happy. She's always like perfect, you know what I'm saying? And now she's just like tripping. She was literally like the most loving, most happy person that I knew. And here I am breaking her fucking heart, bro, because I was too ignorant and too fucking selfish. But I couldn't allow myself to go through with that shit. We had to break up. Whether she wanted to accept that shit or not, bro, us being together was just a recipe for disaster. At some point, I gave her a hug, just trying my best to console her. But it got so bad, she literally just started screaming and crying like, I'm not letting you go until you kiss me and tell me you love me. Bruh, what the fuck? Eventually, her parents heard the commotion. They came downstairs and they're like, what happened? I end up explaining to them what's going on, and they kicked me the fuck out of that house. Deservingly so. Like, from their perspective, we just had a great dinner together, and then here I am breaking their daughter's heart. I was kind of a piece of shit. I deserved that. After that, my mom picked me up and I went home. But I learned a valuable lesson that day, bro. Any decision made out of insecurity and jealousy is never the right decision. And the crazy thing is, without Kathy, I don't know when and if I was ever going to realize that Willow was just puppy love. Like, it was just a, temporary thing. Like, I was gonna get over it. But it was my relationship with Kathy that forced me to get over it, if you know what I'm saying. But in return, all I did was break her heart and potentially start her cycle of insecurity. And it sucks, man, because in a weird way, like, she was just my lesson. And sometimes that's just how life works. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to forgive myself for my wrongdoing to others. Because at the end of the day, it made me a better person. And I was able to reflect on those mistakes. And now I hope in some way, shape, or form, she became a better person from our experience together as well. And that's a hard pill to swallow too, because maybe I scarred her and just made shit worse. I don't really know, man. And I guess this isn't really like the most positive ending to the story, but it is the real ending. But just to bring it back full circle to what I was talking about in the beginning of this video, life is full of lessons, bro. You just gotta find them.
And as a man growing up in this world, sometimes we just make mistakes. Sometimes we're so emotional, we want to do the right thing so bad that we end up doing the wrong thing trying to do the right. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. But continue to give yourself grace, continue to trust God, and continue to keep an open mind, because it's never too late to be better, man. It's never too late.
If I could go back in time and give myself some advice, one of the first things I would tell myself is never do anything out of desperation. That single-handedly gotta be one of the most important things I've learned growing up, man. Don't be desperate. Anything you do out of desperation never ends well. I've got way too many stories about me doing stupid shit out of desperation, man. And unfortunately, all of those things happen to be pertaining to women. I don't know why, but women can sometimes make a nigga desperate. I had to learn that shit the hard way. So today's story is about the time I learned that I shouldn't turn to Tinder when I'm desperate for women validation. Let's get into it. All right, so the year is 2017. I just moved out of Florida to Austin, Texas with my best friend Feek to move in with my other best friend Dawn in Austin, Texas. The goal was to become a successful internet nigga. I'm still on that mission. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and support your boy. Some of y'all know this, some of y'all don't, but either way, this is important because I just left my hometown of 18 years to live in a state that I've never been in before. Put that into perspective. I do not know anyone out here besides my two friends, obviously, but these guys are like my brothers. So that's like saying you move to a different state with your brothers. I still don't know nobody, you feel me? So let me break this down a little bit further. I don't got no hoes, man. I'm moving to a new state with zero bitches. My dick was drier than a Popeye's biscuit with no butter. I wasn't getting shit, nada, zelch. Trying to tell y'all niggas, your boy was fucking fiending. I was desperate for the cat. But y'all gotta understand, I'm giving you the context again. I just moved into a whole new state. I didn't know nobody. I'm only saying this again because it's important. Y'all gotta understand, I'm an anti-socialite. It's ironic because I'm trying to pursue social media as a career, but I don't like people. Believe it or not, my lifestyle, I was very rarely ever put in a position where I was even able to meet new people. You don't realize how social you are or how social you can be when you're in places like school or just going to a regular job every day, because you're literally forced to be in society. You're forced to interact with different people. Whether you like it or not, you're in a social bubble. So as you grow up, if you don't have like a regular job, your social life can take a big step back, which mine did, because again, I was pursuing social media. My job was sitting in front of a computer all day making music or editing videos. Like, you're not interacting with anyone, you feel me? Or at least not like face to face. So you can only imagine how easy it is to become a loner. Plus I'm like already a loner at heart, so yeah. But with that being said, your boy still like to play around with the cat, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't had none of that in a minute. So while I'm out here in Texas, was down bad, bro. I needed a nut to be busted expeditiously. I'm just trying to tell you what it was. Your boy was itching. It was bad. But luckily for me, there was this thing called Tinder. Or maybe not so lucky, I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. So my experience with Tinder has always been like surface level. I had an account, but I would more use it once in a blue moon. And the only times I would use it, it was more like a confidence booster for me. Let me explain. So I'd keep swiping left until I found somebody attractive, just like anybody else would using the app, right? But when I found someone attractive and actually match with them, I'd kind of just leave it at that. See, for me, like, just knowing that the girl that I found attractive kind of found me attractive was honestly enough for me. It's like, ooh, I could have that if I wanted to, but I didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing the potential of having that girl was enough for my ego. Because when it's all said and done, I really wasn't trying to link with a Tinder shorty. I've heard way too many crazy Tinder stories. Kidnapping, prostitution, all types of nonsense, bro. I wasn't really trying to mess with that shit. So under regular circumstances, just matching with a girl was enough for me. Anything more, it just wasn't really worth it. This was not a regular circumstance. You know what they say, desperate times calls for desperate measures, my friend. Whoever came up with that saying, just kill yourself. So boom, I matched with this Latina chick. Let's just call her Jada. From her profile pictures on Tinder, she was objectively pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing crazy, but she looked good. Seemed like she had a nice smile. She had long black hair. Face card was valid. And her body type came off like slim thick, you know what I'm saying? Like not like thick, but like slim thick, and you know, the good thick. But for the most part, she was like a 7.5, maybe an 8 on like her best day. So I probably would have passed under normal circumstances. I'm not really sure if I even would have made the first move or not, but I really didn't even have to think about it because you're very handsome. Do you live in Austin? Oh word, shawty shooting a shot first? That's how we doing this? Alright. Thank you. And yeah, I just moved here from Miami. I've only been here for like a couple months now. Aww. Maybe I can like show you around, show you what Austin's all about. Oh word, that's how we coming. Okay. So I'm like, bet. I get her number and we start texting. So fast forward like a week or so, and I've been texting Jada like pretty much every day, all day. And I'm not gonna lie, we caught a little vibe, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like she was genuinely into the things that I was into: anime, music, fashion, and most importantly, working out. And I need you to remember I said this because it's very key for later in the video. We even FaceTimed a few times, and from what I could see, her face card was valid. And FaceTiming is very important when you meet an internet shorty because you never really know what you're working with. So you always want to FaceTime the bitch because that's going to really tell you like, okay, she looked good in her pictures, but does she look good like in real life motion? You know what I'm saying? So at this point in time, I'm genuinely fucking with shorty. We had a cool little vibe going on, I'm not gonna lie. So boom, one day I needed to head to the mall because I needed to return some shit that I had just bought for a photo shoot. Now this is a little off track, but let me give y'all some free game real quick. Ladies and gents, if you still want to be fly on the gram and you're broke, fear not. All you need is a $15 tag gun from Amazon. And you can literally buy any fit you want, rock that hoe, take a picture for the gram, and then return it. The tag gun allows you to staple the tag right back onto your clothes, and you bring it back in like you never wore it. I'm trying to tell you, works like a charm. Ain't no shame in the game, brothers and sisters. I still do that to this day. Don't say I never put y'all onto no motion, man. I got y'all. So I'm on my way to the mall to get my money back, but then I get a text from Jada asking me, what are you doing? So I told her. She then responded by asking me which mall I was going to. So I told her. And then she was like, I live right next to that mall. Why don't you come scoop me? Now I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of caught off guard by this because one, I had no plans of linking with a girl today. So I wasn't in my most presentable fit. And I also was going to the mall to return clothes, so I didn't want to come off like a broke boy, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm not really sure how that would have came off to shorty on the first link. But nonetheless, I ain't no hoe, so I told her drop the addy and I'm gonna come scoop you. All things aside, I was pretty excited. I've been vibing with shorty over the phone for a while now, and we finally gonna link in person? Why wouldn't I be? It wasn't happening the way I had it planned out in my head, but you know, sometimes the best things in life don't happen the way you expect them to. I pull up into her driveway, I send the I'm here text. She's like, oh my God, you're kinda early. I'm sorry, I'm still getting ready. I'm like, cool. But at this point for me, my anticipation was starting to get really, really high for no reason. Like, I actually started to feel kind of nervous for the simple fact that she had me waiting outside. So that kind of like gave me time to start thinking about shit. Like, this was really our first time linking. Bruh, 15 minutes go by and I'm just in the car waiting, caught up in my thoughts. That's a long time to just be sitting in the car waiting for someone that you've never met before. And she's kind of a love interest of yours, you feel me? So I'm just kind of in that bitch like, I don't know what to expect. Boom, the front door opens, my nigga. And Jada's fucking fat. She's fat, bro. There's no way. There's no fucking way, bro. I got fucking catfished, bro. Bro, from her 1 minute walk from her front door to my passenger seat, bro, everything flashed before my eyes. Every single time I got a picture from Jada, she would only send the photos neck up. All her pictures on her Tinder page were neck up. And if she did show like a full body angle, it was like from one of them weird angles where you really couldn't tell her whole body curvature, you know what I'm saying? Like, she knew what she was doing, bruh. The way she took them photos, she looked slim thick, but no, she was just thick. Real thick. I don't know, I thought I was safe because we had FaceTime. But again, she only FaceTimed me and shown me her neck up. Bro, how could I be so careless? Now, before y'all cancel me in the comment section, listen, because I already see it. Oh, fat girls can be beautiful too. I agree, just not for me. I think fat people can be beautiful. If I'm keeping it a stack, I think Jada was beautiful. This whole time she had me, right? She had my attention just from her face card alone. She was a beautiful fat girl. But y'all can't be mad at me for saying that I personally don't want my woman of choice to be overweight. That's just my preference. That's like getting mad at me because I like pineapple on my pizza. I like what I like. You like what you like, right? If you want a big girl, be my guest. But this isn't what I thought I signed up for. Wyatt, are you good? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Really nice to meet you. You too. You look like you just saw a ghost or something. You straight? Yeah, my bad. I just kind of zoned out. You ready to go? So here's where I will take some accountability, because this is where I really fucked up. Regardless of how shallow it sounds, and it does sound pretty shallow, I'll admit, but I had lost all interest in Jada in this moment. But as a man that actually respects people's feelings, at this point, I didn't want to just kick her out of my car, you feel me? Like, how fucked up would that be? Like, no way she would have felt good after that. She just got ready to see me. She's clearly excited to see me. And then I'm just like, hey, yo, actually, you can just go back inside because I'm gonna dip. That's messed up, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have the heart to do that, so. Gots to see it through, my boy. Gots to see it through. So we go to the mall and we got some small talk here, some small talk there, and I'm starting to notice that in real life, fat aside, Jada's kinda crazy. I don't know how to say this, and depending on who's watching this video, maybe you're gonna get mad at me or not, but she's like a hardcore feminist, bro. And again, I'm trying my best not to be judgy in this video, but you gotta understand where I'm coming from, bro. Because in real life, I could really give two shits about how you wanna live your life, who you wanna live your life with, what you wanna do. Do you, and I'ma do me. I respect everybody in their space. Everyone has the right to have their own choices in life and have their own opinions. But understand, if the first time we link up, all you're talking about is how all men are trash, all men are the same, all men should die, while speaking to a man, in no way, shape, or form am I going to feel like, oh yeah, this girl's great. Like, let's be for real, gang. Like, come on. I feel like even my feminists gotta understand where I'm coming from with that one. But I kept it cool. I let her say what she wanted to say, and I was just smiling and nodding my head. I had no business trying to go back and forth with this woman. That wouldn't have proved anything, so I just let her do her thing. But on the inside, bro, I was so ready to go home, I swear. But finally, I return my clothes, get my refund, and we head back to the car. It was finally time to take Jada home. You know, I don't really want to go home yet. What? What do you mean? You know, I'm just like having such a great time with you. I just don't want to go home yet. Let's go back to your place. The plot thickens, man, because I had already told her earlier while texting that I didn't even really have much planned for the day. So I only had two options in this scenario. Lie and potentially hurt this girl's feelings and take her ass home. Should have picked this one. Or just see it through. I don't know why I picked this one. I don't know why I didn't want to hurt this girl's feelings, bruh. It's just on some bitch shit, honestly. I just didn't want to feel responsible for making this girl feel like shit today. I feel like that's not wrong, but at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta put yourself first. But I did what I did. So I let her come over, man. Oh my God. So now it's been 3 hours and I'm just sitting on the edge of my bed, just doing my best to politely show no interest. She wasn't catching the vibes, man. She wasn't catching the vibes. Shorty was applying pressure, using every moment to get closer and closer to me. Again, I was sitting on the edge of the bed. We weren't even on no cozy shit, bruh. But at some point I had to accept it. She was DTF, my nigga. And it seemed as if she was determined to leave my crib with a nut busted. So what do you want to do now? I don't know. I'm kind of tired, honestly. Oh, you're so cute when you're tired. thanks. At this point, she's inches away from my face, bro. You know, I could help you relax if you want. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Fuck, she's trying to kiss me, man. I let this shit go too far. But I felt like if I were to turn her down for some reason, I would be locking my place for a first class ticket to hell for being an asshole. Gots to see it through, my boy. I started kissing this girl, man. I already see the comment section. I'm not happy about it. Go ahead and clown me if you want to, but you might just want to wait a second because it gets worse. I want to wiggle your pickle. Bro. Oh my God. I'm about to get top from a fat bitch, bruh. I can't do this, man. I can't do this. I can't believe I'm telling this story right now. How did we get here? So boom, I'm skipping past the details because we're still on YouTube. I gotta keep it clean, but I got sloppy toppy from a chubby lovey. You know what I'm saying? Now, fat jokes aside, the shit was not bad. Shit was actually pretty fucking good. Would I do it again? Fuck no. But I can't say I was disappointed. So I finally pop off and she swallows the package whole. And before she can get another word out, I told her I needed to use the bathroom. I already knew how this shit was about to go. She did not want to stop there. But enough was enough, my guy. I couldn't do no more with her. Some of y'all might be thinking I'm tripping, and I was tripping. But this shit went too far, man. I just didn't know how to tell this girl no. The reality was I could just tell she was like so into me. So I just didn't want to break her heart. I come out of the bathroom fully dressed, bro. I got my shirt on, pants on, another layer of pants. I am fully clothed. My sweatpants was tied so goddamn tight, you would have needed the scissors to take them shits off. Straight up, bro. I was not going further with this woman. Now, of course, she on the other hand took the opposite approach. After I got out of the bathroom, I just see all of her clothes on the ground, bro. Everything. Who told you you could put your clothes back on? Look, Jada, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just kind of tired. Wow, so you're just gonna leave me hanging? I'm sorry. It's okay. Come here. Bro, this shit was not stopping. Cause now I got a new dilemma. I picked this woman up and now she's laying naked wakey in my bed. And it's 10 p.m. at night. Does she think she about to sleep over? What the fuck going on today, bro? I ain't playing for none of this. I get into my bed with my back turned to her and she's holding me, pretty much spooning me, bro. And I feel so alone in my own bed, man. I can't make this shit up, bro. I'm quivering in the arms of a woman who is not the woman I thought she was. I was just so disappointed that I was gonna allow her to sleep in my bed tonight. Just because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Until, hey, I don't mind sleeping over, but I just need you to take me back to my house real quick so I can feed my pets. God was fucking watching, bro. For some reason, I could not bring myself to disappoint this woman, but this felt like a more than reasonable opportunity to finally bring all of this to an end. So I'm like, yo, Jada, if I'm being honest, I didn't really get anything done today. You know, I was with you all day. None of this was planned. If we drive back to your house, I think I'm just gonna drop you off. When I tell you, this woman's face turned to a goddamn nightmare, bruh. Her whole energy turned to fuck you, nigga. Are you serious? What? What do you mean? You drag me out to your house and as soon as you get your nut off, you're just gonna kick me out? What? No, that's not at all what I'm trying to do. You're such a fucking asshole. You're just like all the other weak ass boys. All you niggas are lame as fuck. Wait, what the hell is going on here? The whole freaking day, I was literally ignoring my own feelings and intuition to make sure this woman did not feel any type of insecurity. I showed her respect. I was being nice. I didn't even want her to come over. I didn't even want to have any type of intercourse with this woman, but I allowed it to happen, which is fine. I was even willing to let her sleep over my house tonight, but I saw an opportunity to take her home and I took it. And now I'm the bad guy? Now I'm just like every other asshole? Holy shit, bruh. This can't be real life. What the hell is going on now? When I tell you this girl was throwing a fucking fit, she literally started crying, dude. She's just going on and on about how all guys are the same and I'm the worst type of man to exist. Like, what? I was literally dumbfounded, dude. Like, every bone in my body wanted to just go off on her. Because if I would have let her know how I really felt the entire time, oh yeah, she definitely would have felt like I was the worst nigga to exist. You think I'm slimy and grimy, baby? I'll show you slimy and grimy. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I should have did that, but I didn't do that. Jada was so upset with me. She didn't even let me take her home. She didn't even let me pay for her Uber. And of course, I offered. Even after she left, bruh, I sent her a pretty lengthy text apologizing, just letting her know that, like, I had no intention of making her feel that way. Even though the things that she was saying about me weren't true, bruh. Like, I was not trying to come off that way. I was chilling, bruh. I didn't want none of this to happen in the first place. She texted me back with some generic shit like, whatever, nigga, you ain't shit, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. And I just didn't even respond to that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, it is what it is at this point. And sure, I'll take some responsibility. Like, I shouldn't have let it get to that point, but I did not feel like I was tripping, bro. Y'all let me know. I wasn't tripping. All right. You're ruining my video. It's almost over. Don't use Tinder when you're desperate, bro. Matter of fact, don't use Tinder at all, bro. Go meet somebody in real life. Like, there's real people out there that you can build real connections with and get to know them for who they actually are. And just in general, if you don't actually like someone or if you're not actually vibing with them, don't do shit with them either, bro. Don't see it through, my boy. That's all I got, bro.
Where you at, Berto?